to be able to start my truck from the inside. Less likely to start a fire or catch yourself on fire or electrocute yourself. So I got some goodies here. We're gonna start wiring her up today. So I need to be able to have a way to start the old girl. And you know, nothing says steel me like a big red start button that says start engine. So as well as I got all the wiring, all the heat shrinkable connectors. Whoa. We're gonna wire that in along with our oil pressure gauge and water temp gauge, and we're gonna put it right here where the old radio was. I made this little box for little buttons and stuff, but I'm not really sure where I can put that. I guess I could put it right up here. Yeah, I can put it right there. That's gonna be for accessories. Well, I mean, actually, I guess I could put that right there. This guy right here came on the truck from factory, went right there. What that is it's a little bus bar. So any voltage coming in through one of the studs will be divvied out amongst the rest of the studs. I'm not sure what you really want to call it. We call it a bus bar in aviation. So that's pretty much what it is, really, is power coming in, any one of these studs will be divvied out amongst the rest of the studs. But we need that because we need constant power to our starter switch. So we need to run, we're not going to do it yet because I still need to get the fender on here and a battery tray. Then the switch wire, whatever you want to call it, off the solenoid, running over there also into our switch. And then we'll have our little starter switch. And it'll be all happy and all good to go. Does it even have bolts? It would seem that way. Really? So Chevrolet is too lazy to like put a nut plate back there. So they drill a really small hole, waller it out, and then just use the wallered out metal for threads. It's spicy. I like the way they run over there. So pretty much how we're gonna do this is cut us a piece that we pretty much know is gonna be way too long. But that's okay. We kind of want that. We're gonna crimp on our ring connector, bolt it onto the starter, and then route it how we want it to be routed into the truck, into the cab. Once we get that figured out, then he'll put the sleeving over it. A little tip, the old Matco guy, get you one of these strippers and these little ratcheting style crimpers, you know what I call them? They're awesome. They work great. Fantastic. Not the only thing I bought worth buying off that truck. Just give me a nice and perfect. Just because you got heat shrinkable connectors doesn't mean you shouldn't toss on a heat shrink of your own and look extra good. None's better than looking extra good when you don't really have to. Perfect. All right. Now, heat shrink it on there. And that right there is what separates you between the guy just getting this car running and someone making it look good and taking care of what they done, of their work, of whatever you want to call it. Okay, shove this on the starter, just put a nut on it, and then we'll start running it to where it exactly as we want it to be ran. Got our wires run in here, but I need to run them cleanly along the bottom of the dash. We got our little push start button installed, and I just kind of run the wires, make it look pretty, and then wire it up, and then run a ground. I'm supposing I can run this in behind. Oh yeah. Okay, that'll work. So I'm going to run this behind the gas pedal and then out and around yonder. Not only do we have our little start button right there, we have like a fuel pump, something, and then we can have USB charging, and then we'll see our voltage, right, y'all? All that good stuff. So it'll be alright. It'll look good. We're just gonna make sure that this the switch works before we continue, and I only want to make sure because not only did it not come with instructions of which little screw does what, but they're just numbered 1, 2, and 3. So I don't know which one's what has the constant power, what has the switched on power, or what's the ground. So I'm gonna go combobulate things so we can come in here and get it to hopefully crank over, not start. I don't have a exciter wire hooked up yet. Oh, we are getting a light edge. All right, let's see what happens when we hit it. Oh yeah, sick. Allow me to show you what I've doodled so far. So what I've done is this panel has your positive and negative wire already stripped and ready to be butt connected onto. So I connected my ground and my positive wire, but the thing is, this was of course going to be like a cigarette lighter thing, and they have these female ends on them all around. So I cut those off, put my 12 volts in here, my negative in here, and my key on right here. So when I hit that, starter's a little on the crispy side there. It's all right, ain't no big thing. You can charge your phone or whatever else it is you want to charge from there. Shows our voltage. You see how, like, watch how accurate this is when I hit the start button. That's insane. That's awesome. Okay, so I gotta put a kill switch in here because if I don't, it's gonna be powered on all the time. So I'll probably put a kill switch in the side or the front here or something. Then I'll put a main kill switch somewhere on the truck that no one needs to worry about because it's a secret. That's why it's a kill switch, so no one can steal my truck. So I'm gonna run home real quick, grab a little switch, shove it on the side here, and then that's done. Then we need to run our fuel pump wiring, all that stuff. So we'll get there. I gotta figure out which wires are for the fuel pump. If I remember right, it's the black and white wire coming from the back, because I'm pretty sure these are your tail lights, but I know how to check that. Oh yeah, perfect. Which, you probably hear that fuel coming out, which is good because we need to get the old fuel out of there anyway. It might work. Might have to burn the truck up. It's like that episode of Drake and Josh where Drake stuck his hand in like that green juice or whatever, then his hands were like turned green. That reminds me of that. This still works. It does. Now fuel pump. Oh, off the breaker. Our fuse block is installed for the fuel pump, and we got fuel pump switch installed. So the reason we can't run the fuel pump off of this is because the highest circuit breaker on here goes up to, I think, 15 amps, which isn't high enough, but and the battery hooked up. I want to test to make sure everything's working. Can't tell if we have a really low battery or we're getting a high draw. Alright, so the battery is putting out 12 volts. And 12 to our bus bar. 12 with those. All right, let's see where we are losing voltage at. Okay, easy fix. I didn't have my temporary ground hooked up. It's all happy now. So that right there is our ignition. Let's see if the fuel pump works. So we got it pretty much all wired up besides our tachometer and headlights, a few other odds and ends, but right now I'm really not worried about that. I just want to have the essentials to get it running, and so that when I'm ready, have the drive shaft made, I can drive it a little bit, make sure everything's good there, and then once that's good, we'll finish wiring her all up and whatnot. But enough with wiring. You've seen it, you get it, all that good stuff. I got me a new welder, which is the titanium 140 from Harbor Freight, and I heard it was a really good welder. So I went and bought it, and I want to see what it can do. So I'm going to weld up some exhaust pipe a little bit, see if I can't make myself a little exhaust system. Just see what it looks like, see if it does decent. I'm just going to run me out a side exit out from underneath the bed, bedside, see how it looks like.
Loitering out on a doorstep again. I thought I might try.
So as you can tell, you don't really get the best bent tubes and whatnot from the parts store. See, the 45 isn't quite enough, and a 90's obviously gonna be way too much. And it hangs down way too low. So to fix that, what we're gonna have to do is cut a lot off of the straighter section of this bend, and then also to get more of a bend in our pipe, we're gonna make a small pie cut in the middle of the bend, and then bring it in together, and then weld that up, and then weld it to our adapter that goes into our header collector. We'll get it. I mean, not a professional maker of exhaustuses, but I'm sure we can get it done.
Than the last time around. I made a lot of half-hearted mistakes, but I worked so hard.
All right, that side is done. I love the look of that side exit. That looks so good. Now once I get the hanger on it, it's gonna be pulled up more, so it's not dangling so much, because right now it looks a little goofy. But once the hanger's on it, it'll look just fine. Now before I let you all go, I have a little surprise for you. I got some wheels and tires for the truck, for like $200 from my brother, and I don't know how they're gonna look yet, so we're gonna test fit them on and see what we think of them, how we feel. It's different, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. We're gonna have to see. So as you can tell, they are huge. These are 12-inch wide tires, and the wheel might surprise you. That is a solid shooter from a C4 Corvette. Now hold on, before you freak out. This is a solid shooter unlike I've seen before. If you go on Google and look up, C4 wheels, I've yet to find one that's exactly like this one is. There's some similar, but I've not seen any just like this. So this, wrapped up in Sport Comp 2 rubber, I think will look very, very good on this truck. But then I don't know, because it's such a weird combination. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that tire off real quick, throw the fender on, and then put this tire in its place. I still need to get adapters, but so be it, and see kind of how we feel about it.
And it's just so damn cold out here.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I like that. I don't put in the comments what you think. It's too small of a tire, 290s of a wheel. I don't think it's gonna work for what I'm going for, at least. That sucks, but it's all right. We'll roll with what we got right now. I'll get a set of wheels that really fit this truck a lot better. These just, they'd stick in more, of course. They'd fit in the fender, but I'm not down with that. So, whatever. It's all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. The last episode we posted this truck did super well. I'm hoping the same for this one. And Keep subscribing, liking, sharing, turn your notification bells on. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. You have a good one. Take it easy.